Hello and welcome to this Price to Job tutorial. In this video, we'll be taking a look at the new Window Boards Carpentry module. To access the Window Boards module, first go to the module toolbar here across the top and select the Carpentry category, and then select Window Boards and create the module. And then here in the right-hand pane, you can go to the Window Boards main stage and input the length of window boards you'll require. If you know the amount, you can input that manually, say 7 meters. And Price to Job will automatically do a quick calculation for your materials and labor estimates for both the window boards and the decorating. Now, if you're not sure of the total length you'll require, you can use the perimeter calculator here to help calculate the amount. First, click Add Perimeter, and then you can choose from a variety of various shapes, either straight line, rectangle, gutter, or a variety of irregular shapes. Now, for a window board, these will typically all be a straight line. So we can just set here our width at 1 meter and save, and multiply that by however many windows we require. Let's say 8 windows, and save. And that inputs this value directly into our area field. And if at any point we need to go back and see how we came by this calculation, we can open our perimeter calculator again and see perhaps here that we input the wrong quantity of 8. That should only be 7. So we'll go ahead and make that change, and then click Save, and that updates the value here. Next, we'll see a stage for the window board itself, and here we can choose the window board dimensions, whether this will be supplied by client, or you only want to set an allowance per meter, or you can choose the actual materials from the Price to Job library. In this case, we'll stick with a 25 by 244 millimeter by 4.8 meters. And with a quantity of 2 boards, that will give us a total length of 9.6 meters. A little bit more than we'll need for the 7 meters length. But if we were to choose a shorter length, let's say 4.2, that would reduce our costs, but still give us excess length. So let's see what happens if we reduce that further. Maybe we can find a more cost-effective amount. And there we have 2 3.6 meter boards. That's still sufficient to cover our required length, but the remnant for these will not be sufficient to create one single board for our 7th board. We would have 3 boards each off of these. So let's go ahead and increase this back to 4.2. And there, that would give us 7 solid boards, plus some offcuts that we might be able to use in case some of the board is damaged. So we'll stick with this. If we wish to adjust the quantities, we can do so by toggling the quantity field here. We'll leave this set at 2 boards. If we need any extra boards, we can select this icon here, and we can add those here as extra. So let's just select the same board here, and maybe we need 2 extra boards just to be sure. And that is added here in our estimate. You can see here are the extra boards that we just added. I don't think we'll actually need those, so let's reopen these accessories and just bin those. Close that, and our estimate has been re-updated again. Next, let's take a look at the decorating stage. We can see that we'll be decorating 2.26 square meters based on the dimensions that we set above. If we had set a different value here, let's say 12 meters, we would see that the area to be decorated would be adjusted automatically. So let's return that back to 7. And this is the proper amount of decoration that we require. Then we can choose whether we'll be using gloss, oil, wood stain, varnish, or none. In this example, we'll choose gloss. Then we can select the cog icon here to open our paint settings, and here we can modify the total area of coverage if we need to, as well as the number of primer coats, undercoats, and gloss coats. And here we have the primer, undercoat, and gloss coverage per square meter, but we can verify this with the container label for our various paints and adjust this as needed. When we're done, we can close this window and then add any preparation accessories that we might require. So we'll open this window, and here under the preparation category, we can add some drop cloths, fill holes and cracks, sand and fill, burn off paint, and other preparations. We can also add some fillers, adhesives, sealants, primers and undercoats, gloss paints, wood stain, wood oil, or varnish. So let's go ahead and add a little bit of filler here. We'll just go ahead and add some decorator's caulk and increase the quantity of that to 4 tubes, and increase our drop cloths and increase the area of our finishing. And when we're done, close this window. And these items have been added to our decorating preparation, and we can use the show resources here to jump over to the decorating window estimate, and we can see all the various drop cloths and preparations have been added to our labor. All of our labor has been itemized, but if we prefer to show labor per hour, we can go to the project filter here in the top left and show labor in hours if we prefer. We'll leave this set as itemized costs and close the filters so the customer can see the itemized cost for our various labor items. Switch this back to all for our full estimate, and we can see that PriceDrop has been automatically generating a nicely written description as we filled out our various specifications. And that is how to use the Window Boards module. Thank you for using PriceDrop.